Hi, this is Veronica Roseman with I Teach Scraps. Today I'm going to do a video tutorial on using the markers with the Cricut machine. The first tutorial I'm going to do is going to be using my Gypsy. There's my Gypsy. There's my machine. I'm going to show you a quick sample of how they're different. If you look here, this is a project that was done with the markers. Okay. And this is a project that was done without using the markers. Now you can see these pictures, this comparison on my blog. Let's see if I can go over here so I can get kind of a side-by-side. You can, there you go. So see how that marker makes that stand out so much bigger? Well, now I'm going to show you how to do that. Alright, so I've got my paper, my mat. Alright. And then I will do a tutorial on how to do the markers without the Gypsy. It's not as effective, however. So I'm going to load the mat. There we go. I've selected a little pumpkin from Gypsy Wandering. Okay. Now I'm going to put my stylus down, and I'm going to take this blade housing out of the machine. You actually can do this either way. You can draw it first and cut it, or you can cut it first and draw it. The drawing it first and cutting it will leave a fainter line, whereas the cutting it first and then drawing it will leave a thicker line. I'm going to put my marker. If you've never used the markers before, they basically are just you just put them in place of your blade, screw the thing, and you're going to go over and you're going to turn your settings, your pressure to low and your speed to medium. These are actually on the markers themselves, but they do, the settings will rub off after a while. See if you can, this is a brown one I have. I don't know if you can see that. It says speed 3, pressure 2. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my Gypsy and hit the cut. And hit OK. And it's going to go, and it's going to draw a little pumpkin figure I have. Now the reason the Gypsy and the Design Studio work better with markers is that the cutting, after you draw it, and the cutting are at precisely the same spot, because, you know, it uses it electronically. And it's just a great way, a very easy way to make things stand out just a little bit more. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to remove the marker. Being careful not to leave a spot on my paper. When I unload my mat, you'll see that I've missed a lot of times with my markers before, and I have marker spots on my mat. So I'm going to tighten that back up. The other thing I'm going to do is remember to put my pressure back up to high and my speed up to high. Okay, now I'm going to go back here on my screen, and it's going to say return to design. I'm not sure how well this is going to turn out, but then I'm going to go here with a knife. So I'm basically just cutting it again after and I don't want to unload the mat, but I want to cut again. It's basically going to cut it again in exactly the same spot. I'll show you here when it's done. As long as you don't move the blade or the paper, you cannot unload the mat and do it again. You have to do it one right after the other. You cannot unload the paper because you will never get that blade in the same spot. And you may move the paper, you might not load the mat exactly in the same spot. You have to do them right one after the other. So there's the pumpkin. And I'm going to peel up I'm doing this one-handed, so bear with me. Okay. Oh, so sticky mat. There we go. And there is our pumpkin. And he's got outlines on him. Alrighty. Well, the next tutorial will be on how to do the markers without the Gypsy or the Design Studio. but this is a much more effective. If you have your Design Studio or Gypsy, I encourage you to play with the markers. You will really understand why they were created. Thank you.